Well, let's try this. Maybe having the mic on would help, right? Hope everybody's doing great tonight. Um, Tonight's live is going to be a little bit of a soapbox. However, if you have any friends that are entrepreneurs, or if you're an entrepreneur, stick around because I've got a couple things that really kind of weigh on. The other night we were visiting with some friends, and one of my friends started a business once uh, the hey Connor, yeah, they started a business and they've been working through the grind of. I'm streaming on TikTok too, so if you see me looking over here, just know that I'm trying to be over here. They started the business, and if it's not difficult enough to go out here and put yourself out there to learn all of these facets of a business that you might not be familiar with and be successful at that, right? So they've actually had a bang up first year. How to make their own website, how to start their own LLC, how to file their documents, how to start, well, building a brand. And they've had success. They've had, well, more clients than they anticipated having, which is fantastic. Then they shared with me that one of their coworkers, because they still work a full-time job, one of their coworkers likes to kind of talk trash about their business. And I've got to say that's not really something um, that sat well with me, because my biggest thing is it's already enough, tough enough to put yourself out there. Then on top of it, you've got to take shit from people that aren't even your customers. you know, um, and with that, there was a lot of frustration. I guess I thought back to when we started investing, and people didn't necessarily believe that we were going to go anywhere or do anything. Spoiler alert: 10 years later, pissed off. Right, so we're still doing it, still at it for the people that didn't expect much. And honestly, I'll go ahead and share this with you. It was only last year. Kathy could probably remember when it happened because she knew that it got me fired up. Seen somebody that I'd only seen once or twice, but then they come in and they say, "Oh, Lee, are you still doing your little real estate thing? Little real estate thing? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm still doing my little real estate thing." The whole time, the person that said that, I don't think they've probably worked in 20 years. Yeah. I don't think they actually even retired. I think they just stopped working because they needed somebody to stay with them. I won't get off into that too much. But I will tell you, if you're an entrepreneur, there's a difference between encouragement, education, mentoring, and just straight up being a mean asshole for the sake of being mean. Whenever I'm working with clients that pay me to help them through situations, I do have to get blunt sometimes to kind of get through all of the conditioning that they might be expecting, right? Because some people, they just want to hear that they're right. They want that echo chamber. That's not what you need. There's a big difference between telling somebody what they need to hear versus just being mean for the sake of it. And I realized that nobody ever that I've ever met, nobody will ever crap on you that's doing better than you. I've met some people way above my league, and I'll tell you, none that is actually in the game has ever discouraged me. They've guided me, sometimes bluntly, just like I do, right? I never sat there and said, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that." If anything, the most encouraging people are the ones that have been through the same trials, the same tribulations, same fights. So, if there's anybody in your life, you are sharing your dreams with them, you're taking action towards those dreams, and they say something, I would say, what's the true intention of saying that to me? Do you want to hurt me? Do you want me to start playing small? What is that? Do you really think that I can't do this? Put them on the back foot. Call them out on it because their little passive aggressive comments make them be aggressive. If you don't believe in it, or if you don't believe in me, say it. Say it so that whenever I am successful, I don't have to worry about you. So I would love for any fellow entrepreneur to really take that to heart and understand that yes, it's already difficult enough to go out here and build something, especially when you're building it from scratch. Don't allow anybody to take that away from you or to minimize you or to make you feel less than. And yes, I'm looking over here at my TikTok as well. Just because they are outside of their comfort zone and dealing with you or watching you pursue your goals. Now, just for anybody that watches this, a reminder, we started 10 years ago investing in real estate, and we started with $6,000. Over those years, we built a portfolio of over 4,500 properties. We've flipped numerous deals. I've done over 700 transactions. I've done over 100 private money loans since 2020. I'm not here to be mediocre, and I'm not here to shrink into anybody else's expectations of who I should be. Neither should you. Doesn't matter if you're doing landscape, if you're starting a plumbing business, if you're an electrician, painter, any of that. If somebody wants to doubt you, let them doubt you, but don't let them talk slick. Make them say it behind your back or say it to your face, say it bluntly so that you can actually have that expectation with them and cut them off. And I say cut them off because people like that don't need nor do they deserve to be in your life. If they can't cheer for you, get the hell out. Now, you can reframe the hate as well. You can use that as more so think of it as proof of motion, right? Stationary targets, they don't get hit. So when people talk down, try to translate it. Tell yourself that they're just really telling you that you're doing something that they wish they had the courage to do, right? But ultimately, I've got to tell you, build a different circle. If you're around people that don't act like they have any faith in you, cool. Place them where they need to be, which is out of your life. Also, I want you to understand another thing. You can keep it simple. You don't have to argue. You can confront. You can tell people what was your intention. Cool. But you don't have to explain. You don't have to defend yourself. Show results. And if you can show the results, then eventually that hate turns into fandom. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I knew you was going to make it. I knew you was always going to be all right. Yeah. Huh. Well, whenever I was sitting here struggling for any kind of engagement, anybody to share my content, you were the last one. As a matter of fact, you were talking trash about me. Well, I guess that's correct. And then the last thing, and then we'll talk about real estate if anybody wants to talk about real estate. The last thing is to remember why you started, right? You didn't get into this for comfort or applause or fandom, right? You got into this to change your life or your family's life or whatever your why is. Catherine and I, one of our biggest things that we, have the goal of doing is opening just some free restaurants. And it's going to be community led, community supported, where the portfolio of properties sustain livable wages for the people that work there. Somebody comes in there, it doesn't matter if they're in a three-piece suit or if they're homeless or if they're in rags, you get a meal. You're going to get fed because food insecurity is a huge thing. So lot more prevalent than people may think. I think it's one in three, one in four people sometimes don't know where their next meal is coming from. That's pretty scary, especially considering that we're supposedly the most developed country in the world. Um, yeah, I'm not going to get off into to politics, but I will tell you this. I'll say this much: both sides. If incumbent is by their name, I'm not voting, not for them. To allow this shutdown to go on and impact people, and the people that are food insecure, the children that shouldn't be pawns in their games. They're sitting there reading The Great Gatsby in session rather than actually working out something. To me, that tells me exactly who you're for and who you're not for. So there's that. Oh, we'll let somebody share this. My friend Charles Mason. He actually shared this with me. They have Operation. Let me go at. I want to look this up so I can say it correctly. Operation Gratitude. Now, although I'm not affiliated with Paul Williams, I still believe in, putting good out there. And they have Operation Gratitude. They're doing these baskets, and it is a way to say thankful or thank you to the men and women who serve our country. So this Thanksgiving, they're going to be delivering baskets filled with holiday favorites to military families at Barksdale Air Force Base back in Bossier State of Louisiana. The baskets, most needed items, they've got a whole list, and I can actually share this. But the deadline is 17th. And I'm sure that there are donations. If you just want to donate cash, that's what I did. So anybody that wants to, kind of give that to some of our military, I welcome you. As a matter of fact, I challenge you to donate and at least provide one basket for one military member. So I'll get that out there for anybody that's interested. Just send me a message. Now, the last thing. All right, I was on my soapbox about that. But yeah, just going back to it. Over the years, whenever I first started, I wasn't brave enough to really confront somebody. I wasn't confident enough. Even if you're not willing to do that, let your results speak. Right? Go be successful, and trust me, the haters turn into fans before you know it. Um, yeah, that's about anything. So, any comments? Anybody have any questions or want to talk about anything? Let me go back in and check here. All right. No, cool. So, like most things, if you end up playing this back in the next couple of days, and this has resonated with you, I would like to hear and also even get some of the encouragement out for other people in the business. So, if you're an entrepreneur, when you started out, what were some of the things that people said outright? Like, you're not going to make it, or you're just not cut out for this. What did they say that lit that fire and said, "Oh no, baby, no, we want to do this." I'd love to see what that is. So tag me back in the comments on this or anything else. Yeah, I really want to know what was it that put the fire in there for you. Anyway, time to wind it down. It's been a long day, great day. I've got a few loans going out, and I'm about to unplug and call it a night. So this was great. Thank you for being part of my therapy session of venting something that triggered me when my friend shared that. And if my friend ends up watching this, I'll tell you again the same thing. F them. All right, just don't worry about it. Go out there and get on your grind, build your business. And then whenever they call you and ask for a discount, laugh and hang up. All right. Y'all have a great night. Catch y'all soon.